Hi, it's Andy, and today I'm bringing you my September TBR. So in the month of September I'm taking part in the Vampire Diaries Readathon, and that is being created by Chloe, and there are other hosts for this, so I will pop them all in the description. This is split into two teams. There is Team Damon and Team Stefan, and they are in competition, as the brothers always are in Vampire Diaries, to win. I'm on Team Damon because of course I am. I love Damon. I love Ian Somerhalder. So happy to be on Team Damon, and we are going to win this. What Chloe has done is she has created a story through Mystic Falls and given a prompt, quite a detailed prompt, for each location. So I'm just going to go through these locations, tell you the prompts and tell you the books that I'm reading for that prompt. First up is the Clock Tower. Welcome to Mystic Falls. One of the first things you see is the iconic Clock Tower. As an opening prompt, read a book with supernatural elements. For this prompt, I've chosen The Shadow Cabinet by Juno Dawson. This is a book about witches, about a coven called Her Majesty's Royal Coven that work for and with the government in the UK. How rude. And they are, actual witches, so it is definitely supernatural. And I've been putting this off, but I'm finally putting it back on the TBR, and I will read it this month. Next is the Mystic Grill. While we're here, let's head to the Mystic Grill. It's been the site for many parties, dates and lonely drinking sessions. Read a book featuring friendship. For this, I've chosen Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell. This is a graphic novel about two friends who work in a pumpkin patch, and this is their last year together to do this, so they kind of want to make it special. As far as I'm aware, it'll also give me a chance to see if I like graphic novels that aren't Heartstopper or Saga. So wish me luck on this one. Next is Mystic Falls High School. Is that the school bell I hear? Head to the high school, and while you're there, read a book with a school setting. So for this, I've picked up All of the Above by Juno Dawson. This is about teenagers and pansexuality, and that's all I really know about it. I do know that they are 16, so they are in school. I had a quick flick through and there's mentions of being in school, so this is the one I'm choosing. I love the colour scheme of this, just to make it extra pansexual, and being pansexual myself, absolutely love it. Looking forward to this so much. Next is the Salvatore Boarding House. Whoops, you bump into Stefan in the hall, who invites you to a party tonight at the boarding house. This house is a living antique, passed down through the generations. Read a book with a historical element. And for this, you'd expect me to pick a historical fiction, but instead I have gone for non-fiction, which is Buried by Professor Alice Roberts. Alice has another book called Ancestors, which I've previously read. These are non-fictions about archaeology, and I find them absolutely fascinating. I do also have the audiobook for this, which I'm really looking forward to listening to because Alice narrates them herself, and I'm just really, really fascinated with archaeology and humans and human species, and it's just so fascinating. But it is definitely historical. It is, literally looking back on history. Next up is the Lockwood Mansion. Miss Mystic Falls is the following day, hosted as always at the Lockwood Mansion. The winner will always be popular, and of course from a founding family. Read a popular book. So for this, I have decided to pick up Gideon the Ninth. I have had so many thoughts about this book. At first I thought this was a middle grade, and then I got told that it is very much not middle grade, so I'm interested. I got this recently, and oh my god, it's so floppy, and I'm really, you can see all my prompts there, and I'm really excited to read this. So yeah, hopefully this is a good sort of fantasy sci-fi series, I'm not entirely sure, that I can get into. This is about Gideon, who is from the 9th planet. I really don't even know what this is about. I just know it's lesbian necromancers in space, and that my friends are like, you need to read this, so that's how I'm going in. Next is the Wickery Bridge. It's time to go home, and we're driving on the route of Wickery Bridge. There have been lots of thrilling, often life or death situations here, so read a thriller. I'm not much of a thriller girly. I have a very limited, I don't think you could classify much of what's on my shelves as thriller, but for this I've gone for Artemis by Andy Weir. I asked Vicky, who's read it, if she thinks this would count as a thriller, and she was like, yeah, definitely, so We shall see. I kind of see, like, I can get it because, like, Project Hail Mary and The Martian are also kind of thrillers because it's very, like, life or death. I don't really understand the whole thriller thing, but I don't like murder mystery, like, stabby things. But this is, like, a moon colony and she needs to plan a crime and survive. I really don't know, but it's the only Andy Weir that I've not read book-wise that I've got, so hopefully it fits very well. Next is the Mystic Falls Cemetery. We definitely need to visit the Mystic Falls Cemetery, but wait, is that a fog? And a crow? How creepy. Read a book with a dark cover. For this, I've gone for The House of Sorrowing Stars by Beth Cartwright. I tried to read this so many times and just gave up to like read the title. I actually had to look at it there. Anyway, so this is a historical fiction that really I bought for the cover because look how beautiful it is and how shiny, and I just love the keys. Like, I want to know why the keys. But this is about an old house on an island, and it's historical. I don't really know much else other than about it for the cover, so hopefully it's 5-star. Otherwise, I'm going to be banned from cover buys. Next is the Gilbert house. Let's run back to Elena's house. The cemetery was creepy. The front porch. The memories made here. For this location, read a romance. And for that, I've decided to pick up Rosie Palmer Takes the Cake by Alexis Hall. I only just received this today. Lisa got me it for my birthday, and there's also another one that Lisa got me for my birthday on this list. Thank you very much, Lisa. I love them. And this was, I was meant to read Paris Dalencourt Takes the Cake. No, Paris Dalencourt is about to crumble, but then we realised that there was a book before it, and this is the book before it, so I want to get this on so I can read Paris Dalencourt. Why is that so hard to say? So yeah, this is a romance about a baking competition. That's all I know about it, and that it's been recommended by my friends. I'm really doing well at not knowing what these books are about. Next is the Forbes house. Elena, gather your things. It's time for a sleepover at Caroline's. She's planning the next school dance and needs some help, though she'd never admit it. Read a book with a party in it. And for this, I chose the other book that Lisa got me for my birthday, and that is The Romeo Catchers by Alice Arden. This is the second to the Casket Girls. I think there's 4, maybe 5 of these books, and I'm really looking forward to reading them all. This is set in New Orleans, and there's always a party in New Orleans. And the main character's dad owns a bar. There's always a party in New Orleans. I can guarantee there's going to be a party in this. So, yeah. This is based in New Orleans after a big storm has basically wrecked the place. It's not said that it's Katrina, but it's kind of set like post-Katrina. So like post a storm of Katrina magnitude. And our main character has returned after, you know, they fled New Orleans, and has discovered that she is a witch and that vampires are real. And the first one follows the story kind of the Casket Girls and the vampires, and this is just a continuation, so I'm interested to see where it goes. And the last prompt is Mystic Falls. Thank you for visiting the small town of Mystic Falls, where we seem to have a high proportion of animal attacks. Why don't you read a vampire book? And for that, I have a few that I could have chosen, but I've gone for One Lucky Vampire. This is the next in my Lindsay Sands reread, and I think the last one before they changed the covers, so you might see the new covers soon. But yeah, this is a vampire romance. This is Jake, who is new. Jake has not featured in any of the books so far. This is a reread for me, but like from the books that I've told you about previously, Jake has not featured in any of them, so he's brand new yet to the story. And Nicole, who I do recognise Nicole's name, but I can't remember where she comes into it. But I think Nicole has been in the story before, but I can't think of who she's related to. Anyway, I'm really, really excited. This is basically Nicole hires a housekeeper, and it's Jake because Marguerite has done her meddling again. And obviously Jake and Nicole are life mates. And yeah. So that is my TBR for the month of September. That is for all 10 prompts in the Vampire Diaries Readathon. And yeah, so there are points for these things. Like I say, look at the other videos, the announcement videos for all the rules and stuff, because I'm not going to do them justice. I'm not even going to try, if I'm being honest. But yeah, stats wise, this takes me to 3,860 pages total this month, and if I can read 129 pages per day, that will get me through my TBR. There's a good chance that this TBR will grow arms and legs because it usually tends to, but I am quite busy in September, so we shall see. I do have audiobooks for a couple of these, so, and then one graphic novel. So we shall see. We shall see how we go. Wish me luck, and let me know if you're on Team Damon or Team Stefan, and I hope you enjoy the readathon. I'm very, very excited to get going, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!